Doug Kyed here from NESN.com with Road Warrior Animal, Joe Laurinaitis, and I grew up a WWF fan, so I've always thought of you and Hawk as being the Legion of Doom. There's also Road Warriors, the name. Which one did you prefer throughout your career?
You know, first I want to say, man, I know this is Boston here. Where's Mark Wahlberg? I'm going to show Marky Mark what's up right now. No, man. Listen, you know, we always hailed, a lot of people don't realize, like, Precious Paul Elling presents from the Legion of Doom, Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors. And when we went to WWF at the time, they had the modern day warrior with Kerry Von Erich and the Ultimate Warrior. And Vince McMahon said, hey, I don't want to have too many warriors in my stable here, so you guys might mean changing your name. And I said, well, hey, how about Legion of Doom? He had no idea we owned the name already, so it worked out well for us. So we kind of pulled a little one over on him, and LOD stuck. It was good.
Yeah.
You know, if you can imagine, you guys, I'm part of that old school era, going to the old garden.
Yeah.
Bro, you go in that place, it was hard to explain to people. You can feel the great ghost of phenomenal athletes floating around in that place, man. And for me to step foot in the garden, because it was kind of, after about 10 years of my career, I went, wow, man. My exact words were, holy crap, look at it. It's the Boston Garden, man. Yeah. It was cool as heck for me to step on that holy grail floor they had, man, I called it. It was really an honor, man. I wrestled in both the new and old garden. Both of them were really cool. Boston's a great city, let's just face it, great city. What
was your favorite match you had at the garden?
You know, I think we kicked the Four Horsemen's rear end once or twice in the garden. I think we wrestled the National Disasters there in the Boston Garden, you know, for WWE. So we had a lot of great times, man. It's hard to put, someone asked me that the other day, how many matches? I said, man, I've had 6,000 matches. It's hard to put your thumbprint on one great match, but listen, anytime you go into a great city like Boston, you got to check out Wei-Lu's, go get some Chinese food, you know, down there, and then go to the garden and, you know, and check out the wrestling, man. It's a great town, man. Boston's a great city.
What was your favorite run? Because obviously you went to Japan, you did Crockett, you did WWE, you did WCW. In your career, what was your favorite run?
You know, we're the only team to win all what they call the Big Four, the Big Four companies, big huge companies for the tag team championships, as well as international with Japan. You know, something like 15 different companies titles. And I think the last one when we were WWF, to win the last of the Big Four, probably was the biggest, most memorable honor in our life, because it was the closest thing for us in our business as, wow, this is as real gets, you know, because you look at the audience, it's Lou Ferrigno, there's Regis Philbin, all these great stars of the day back then, man, cheering, and you got a 15-minute ovation after we won, and we said, man, this is crazy, look at these people, man. Usually New Yorkers are in and out, done, right? And they were cheering for it. That was pretty cool, man. And, you know, even in the garden, I remember wrestling a scaffold match for the NWA in the garden, which is pretty crazy, man. So we've had a lot of crazy events, man.
Oh yeah, you guys always got that Road Warrior pop.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, man. I think Gronkowski's going to be a member of the WWE someday.
I was going to say the Zubaz connection that you guys got there. He's got to be one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, man. Listen, Gronk's personalities create cash, man, and he's a heck of a personality. He's had a great football career already. He's definitely got the head for pro wrestling. You know, he's got the personality for it. And if you could just let go and know that the sports entertainment, it's a little bit different, man. But he's got a thing that you can't teach, and that's charisma. And I think he could be a great additive to the WWE.
Not enough guys, in my opinion, are wearing the face paint these days. Maybe Gronk could bring it back.
Well, you know, I tell you what, how the face paint works. I think it works better in a tag team setting. If Gronk could find somebody else, man, hey, because younger brothers look just like him, right? So get one of those dummies to paint up, right? I say dummies because I wore paint for 30 years, so I know what a dummy is. You can't call someone a dummy if you haven't lived the dummy life, you know. But some guys. Listen, Gronk may be a kind of guy, you put that paint on, you do unbelievable promos. I mean, because Hawk and I were like that, man. It took me a lot of time to learn how to talk without the face paint on, to be able to be a normal human being and talk and do the gimmick. Now I can do it, and it's second nature to me. That's why I taught my son James that, man, just be yourself, you know. But to put the face paint on, you kind of get let your alter ego come out, and God knows, everybody knows that the Gronk has got an alter ego.
And I heard you're doing a podcast these days. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I started a podcast about a month ago called Oh What a Rush Podcast. It's on the STL.com network out of St. Louis. You know, I started it there because I've been living there since James got drafted by the Rams before they moved. And it's going great, man. My listenership's jumping by literally 2,000 or 3,000 a week. And so now it's a great way to get this out east here to the Boston area, you know, and up down the East Coast. Get it out there because, you know, now the day of social media, man, if you're not a part of social media, you're done. So, and now it's getting all over, man. I've had great feedback today. I've done about 30 interviews, so just pushing a podcast. I get to talk about stuff that we're talking about right now. I get to talk about some of the old pay-per-views. I'll do a play-by-play, a rundown. Hey, this is what this feeling was like being up 30 feet high above the ring on the scaffold. You know, doing cage matches. What was it like to bleed like a stuck pig sometimes, you know, some of those things, man. But it's fun time.
Awesome. Well, there's lots of wrestling fans on NESN.com, so check out Oh What a Rush podcast. And this was a pleasure. This was a dream come true, Animal.
Thank me. Yo, Boston. Oh, what a rush.